And the conversation continues. We had a bit of it with the two female legislators talking about Sabina Chege, the woman representative of Murang'a County, and Speaker of the County Assembly of Nairobi, Beatrice Elachi, and they had a say on what the 4-month placement means, as well as the desire for that the facilities in the secondary schools are expanded to accommodate, and especially students who come from particular counties.
One of the things that we need to do as we do the Form 1 selection is to have the parents and the teachers and the students be put together, and then they can be explained for the levels of these schools so that they don't feel like they're being shortchanged. Right. And I think the reasons why Professor Wangoha was saying that there are some who are selecting only 2 schools and they have an opportunity to select 11, it is because their mind is just fixed on those 2.
Right.
And they will not even wish to select a 3rd one just in case they don't get to the, you know, they just want the 2 schools.
Right.
I think what the ministry had been doing, and even the money that was being saved, I think the 8 billion, was to improve the infrastructure of these schools. Sure. And remember, we had also the suggestion of, would then Alliance also have a day school class? Because the problem is the space. And they cannot all be there. We cannot have our students now having, they were double-deckers, they became triple, they're almost, I think some schools are even 4-deckers now. Oh. Yes. Okay. So you find people are like in some cages, and you can imagine in case of fire or in case of any emergency, what would happen if there's a stampede.
What do we do to change the perception among learners and parents?
I think the first I want to thank the CS. I can see he's also put in the papers. You know, it's rare to find also the selection in the papers, even the name of the student and where they schooled. Okay, fine. One of the things that now you'll find a bit challenging is that most of it is academy. Right. So that one also rings another bell, and that is one thing that they need to look at, because most of the selection I see here are students who schooled in academies. Right. So my question is, the public schools that we are really trying to request parents to take their children, what happens? If this is what happens, that is why now parents this is where the parents start feeling the pain, I think. That they realize, okay, my child was in an academy and got 435 or 400 and something, has been called to Nanyuki High School, while others here are going now to the old schools that were the old schools. And I think also we need to ask ourselves within our districts, within our counties, we need to relook at all the county schools and ask ourselves which are the other county schools we can now elevate to another level, to a national school, to accommodate, knowing very well we had 1 million children, pupils who did this. And all of them would wish to go to school, I believe so. At least every school to have a day class, so that the kids can also enjoy what parents invested those days. The communities invested in these schools. They gave land. In fact, those days they gave land free. And even today, you find that still communities are giving land free to schools for schools to start. So if you come and now you decide to take over completely, and even the church donated and built those schools, but today you find even the church has no responsibility. A school like Precious Blood, you find the church, the nuns cannot even go and teach.